Tuesday morning, February 24th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We've got a lot to get to this morning, but we first want to get a look at some of the news you need to know.
Christian Garzone is live in the newsroom right now. He's taking a look at some of our headlines this Tuesday morning. Hey, Christian.
Ladies, good morning. We start with President Donald Trump getting ready to deliver the annual State of the Union address tonight. 1 year into his second term, Trump's legislative agenda included the One Big Beautiful Bill, including new savings accounts for infants and no taxes on tips. Trump also slashing funding for Medicaid and SNAP benefits while launching a massive nationwide immigration crackdown. The speech is at 9 tonight on 13 Wham ABC and Fox Rochester, followed by the Democratic response. Rochester police are looking for suspects after a stabbing last night in an apartment on West Main Street near Wentworth. Police say a 31-year-old man was stabbed in the upper body. He was taken to the hospital with what we're told are non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators say the suspect fled the scene. Deputies are investigating a rollover crash in Henrietta. It happened just after midnight on West Henrietta Road near the RIT Inn and Conference Center. We're told no injuries were reported and the cause remains under investigation. Jury deliberations continue today in the trial of a Honeoye Falls woman accused of strangling her sister. Prosecutors say in October 2024, Jamie Bush killed her sister, Penny, who was trying to evict her at the time. The defense claims certain oddities in this case are not proof and alleges one of Penny's daughters, who was not charged, committed the crime. That's what you need to know. Back to you ladies in the studio.
All right, Christian, thank you.
All right, let's get a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours, starting with the Greece Police Department taking things to new heights. For this morning's Crime Stoppers, we are learning more about how they're incorporating drone technology into daily patrols and how those eyes in the sky are helping officers solve crimes faster than ever.
Then we have some tips to share before you book your spring and summer getaways. This morning, a travel expert will join us to break down the new Expedia Air Hacks and what you need to know before you purchase.
And later, what if the most magical place in your neighborhood is your own backyard? This morning, we are speaking to a best-selling author about her new picture book, The Weedy Garden. We'll learn more about the special message it teaches kids and even us grown-ups.
Yeah, before all of that, a check of our forecast this Tuesday morning. We will be seeing some breaks of sunshine out there. Of course, we have a little bit of snow to start off the day, though. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is tracking all of that for us. Marty?
Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, we are starting off with still some of those lake effect snow bands out there. We're going to see what's left of that taper off a little bit. A couple different ones that are out there. Some have been hovering up along the lakeshore, but one's been pretty stubborn off to the west. Just notice that the visibility in Batavia has dropped down briefly to 3/4 of a mile. So that band is holding together pretty well on a Lockport to Oakfield, Batavia line right now. Even extends a little bit more to the due east over towards Leroy. So again, we are seeing at least some of those little pockets out there. Most areas are in the process of seeing that snow begin to wind down, but as you can see, we're not quite there yet. We're seeing a lot of temperatures in the teens right now. Some to the south have dropped back into the single digits. Cohocton, Grove, Warsaw, all coming in at 8 degrees. We've been seeing wind chills anywhere from near zero to even down below zero by just a little bit. And today's going to be one of those days when temperatures at least try to recover a little bit, but really never succeed at doing that. We're going to lose the snow showers. We're going to hold on to the cloud cover through a lot of the morning, but as we head deeper into the day, the likelihood of more breaks of sunshine does start to increase a little bit, but only up to within a couple degrees of 20 for a high. So even with that sunshine trying to work in, it's not really going to do a lot. 18 for an early evening low tonight, and then temperatures actually increase after that. Could see about a 1 to 2 inch range, and any accumulation that we see overnight, that's going to be more of just a widespread system passing through. And then 36 tomorrow, briefly down below freezing for a high on Thursday, and then back up a little bit into Friday and Saturday before we drop back again by the end of the weekend. So at least a little bit of variation out there, a little bit of cold, a little bit of milder weather, especially Saturday may break the 40-degree mark by a little bit, but still really not all that warm for any one of those upcoming days for us.
I don't know about you, Marty. I have so much work to do outside. Like that 43, I know is not warm, but I am still going to have to get out and pick up some of the junk that's flown into the yard over the winter and all of that good stuff.
It's at all those limbs that have come down, the little sticks and twigs that are out in the yard. That all has to be done at some point, too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks, Marty.
Okay.
Let's go off the top now and start with some things that have piqued our interest this morning. I will go first today, and we're heading to Miami, Florida. Earlier this month, officials released a new message for people heading on to spring break next month, and the public service announcement is trying to shift the perspective on the famed tradition. It's putting health and wellness at the forefront, veering away from the booze-filled party atmosphere that many of us have come to associate with spring break. Now, you can see the video starts with a man waking up from a 10-year coma.
Oh, no.
Thinking he's returning to the same South Beach from before that. He's ready to party. You can see him walking in with a tank top that says Spring Break 2016 on it. And he's even drinking an adult beverage. Then he's reminded not to drink by officers and eventually picks up a green juice along the way. People, as you can see, are working out across the beach, and he even joins in on a volleyball game. By the end of the PSA, he's ready to do it all over again. There's a website with more messaging, encouraging visitors to prioritize fitness. You see the green juice there. Mishap before he joins that volleyball game. But you can see a man hanging from a pull-up bar that reads, "This is our kind of hangover." Another saying says, "This spring break, break into a sweat." So the site, breakasweatmb.com, also lists several classes and events between this week or even April that can be sorted using filters, which I think is pretty convenient.
Sure.
So they include Tai Chi and yoga. This follows a stiff crackdown in recent years. You might remember 2024's PSA, which I believe it had vacationers breaking up with spring break.
Yeah.
And it seems like all these attempts to deter some bad behavior may have actually worked. WSVN reports last year saw a decline in crowds and chaos. And while some restrictions were rolled back, like those beach closures and parking limits or even barricades to help businesses, one nightclub owner tells the Miami Herald it's time to open up Miami Beach. But most rules do still remain.
Wow. You know, I have kind of mixed feelings about this because, you know, I think it's so important to promote health and wellness. Really and truly, I do. The idea of, you know, going somewhere and, you know, there are volleyball games and, you know, yoga classes and green juice, like all of that sounds really great.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time wrapping my mind around the idea that people are going to be going to, where is this, Miami?
Yeah.
They're going to be like, yes, I'm booking my spring break here specifically so I can do this.
Yeah.
Chances are, at least from my recollection, a lot of people that go on spring break are college students.
Yeah.
And, you know, in this day and age with technology and social media, they're able to research. They're going to see ahead of time that there are all of these rules in place and that there's going to be, you know, different activities than maybe what they expected.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they won't get the crowd that they're intending on bringing in.
I think so. I mean,
I love the idea, though.
Exactly.
Like, more power to you. I just don't know if I would put it at the same time as spring break, because I think you're going to, at least in my mind, they'd be missing the mark.
I feel like some of the activities, like Tai Chi isn't going to sell the average spring breaker, that college student, I feel like. I would say some people may still make the journey because it's been a cold season. We've been reporting about it all the way we've been experiencing. So I just feel like people are still going to want that warm break. At least some of the businesses won't have to deal with like the parking restrictions, so people may feel more inclined to visit like the nightclub, for example. But the messaging around it, I think, is really interesting. It seems like one extreme versus another, and maybe there's more of a middle ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be interested to see how it works. But I do remember that story from 2014, where they broke up with spring break. I think we actually covered that here on ARC Rochester, if I'm remembering correctly. All right, we'll move along to mine, a story that might be felt especially hard in our newsroom. Subway has announced it is cutting its free sandwich program just a couple months after launching it. Right now, until April 1st, members of the Sub Club can earn a free footlong sandwich for every 3 footlongs that they buy through the stamp program. Reportedly, that is going away soon. People were pretty excited about the free Sub Rewards program. I love that. Mark McLean in shambles. Subway let him down. The Sub program, though, made a return to the menu nationwide about 2 months ago. So it really hasn't even been around that long. Yeah. People on social media, though, are outraged. I mean, you know how people love to get all worked up. Perfect example right there. Subway's best customer.
Yeah.
But other people are asking, is this an April Fool's Day joke?
Yeah.
You know, it's ending on April 1st. We've seen some people on social media ask that. And we've also seen companies make big changes to their menus or their brands. or logos in the past, all in the name of April Fool's Day. Others, though, simply frustrated with the state of things in general. A look at some of the comments. This person wrote, duh, every 4th footlong free is way too generous. Back in the day, could have sworn it was after your 10th stamp, but that was 30 years ago. Yeah, others go on to say we should have revolted when they took sub-stamps away from us. And then this person said the standards have gone down the toilet since 2019. Others who commented on the article said the only reason that they used the club was for the free footlong. Now, keep in mind, according to the Restaurant Business Online, a petition was signed by thousands and thousands of representatives from the North American Association of Subway Franchisees, claiming that the program was simply too generous to keep around. This revival has really only been back for about 2 months. I know there will be some very big feelings here, especially since meteorologist Mark McLean is Subway's biggest fan. That being said, the program is being replaced with a $2 reward for every 400 points accumulated. This was Mark before he found out that Subway planned on taking away the free sandwich. And then I think we have the after as well. If we have the second picture, maybe we could.
He's got some sauces too.
I know, he was really happy this day when he had that box of sandwiches. There he is. Furious. Furious at the fact that they are taking away this sub-stamp program.
That's actually when I found out I was going to be put on ARC Rochester.
That was the day that Mark found out he was being put on ARC Rochester. Yes, so now going forward, the MVP rewards program, 10 points will end up being about $1 spent. So you'll have to rack up the points to start getting some of those benefits. But, you know, people on social media, we saw some of the comments, they seemed frustrated, but like not surprised. From what I've seen, Subway has a history of like doing these special offers and then taking them away.
Yeah.
Just when people start to get used to it or excited about it, and then it's gone like that. A lot of people in the comments said, yep, should have seen it coming.
Yeah, it kind of seems like a wave of rewards programs kind of changing things. With Starbucks, for example, I could go on and on about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at least for the Subway one, you said it was 10 points is $1?
Yes, I believe so.
I feel like getting to 400 doesn't seem as far-fetched, depending on how often you go.
Well, yeah.
And I know they don't have the $5 footlong anymore, so you might be racking up those points pretty soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, why take it away?
So, you know, they said it was apparently just causing too much of a loss for them, which, hey, you know.
That just means you've got some frequent customers.
Yes, yeah, exactly, right? Loyalty is pretty important. Mark, are you still going to go there? What do you think, buddy?
You know, there's a couple of great local chains that I like to visit.
Frequent,
Yeah, different
Yeah.
days. Spread the love. Spread the love.
All right, good answer. Hey, much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez. He is celebrating one local business's 100th anniversary.
And don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We are back after this. every shoe tells a story, but to a cobbler, every shoe is a puzzle that needs solving. And if you can't crack the code, you can't stay in business very long.
Wow, that was poetic. And that's been the mission at Cobbler's Corner for a full century now. Worn soles, broken zippers, and tired leather have been getting a second life. This morning, Chris Lopez is live at their shop. He's learning what it takes to stay in business. Chris?
What it takes to stay in business? How about instead of going to the cobbler, you thought you were going to the cobbler, but it's actually a locksmith. I was walking past this all morning and wondering why the heck there was keys over here. I asked Michael, why is there keys over here? He says, yeah, we do keys too. So add that to the list of what cobblers do. Also, been carrying these around. It can just make you some coasters out of nowhere with some quality leather. But in this segment here, we're going to be talking about the different kinds of shoes, the different grades of shoes, and what makes a shoe good and what makes a shoe just kind of or you're going to have to throw it away in a few months. So Michael Fantuzzo, the owner here, when you see so many shoes, thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and you know what shoe is not all that good and what shoe is going to be great. So we'll start there. What shoe is not all that good?
Your shoes out of stores where you're going to pay at retail $50 to $100. They're shoes you wear out and you throw them out because of what they cost to manufacture.
Okay.
By the time they come out of the factory in the other country, they cost a lousy $5. And then they're charging you $50 to $75 to $100 for a pair. It's not worth it. I will tell my customers up front.
You mean not worth it to repair?
Repair, or when you buy them, you wear them out. It's what you fell in love with. You wear it. When it's gone, it's gone. But if you want a good pair of shoes, you spend $300 to $500, maybe $600 on a good pair of shoes, like a pair of Allen Edmonds. These are New York Boot Company. There's a couple other companies that make leather and leather shoes. They're leather lined. That's what makes a shoe last, is the linings. That's what's up against your feet. And if you have leather, non-leather lining, this is what you get, is you get the vinyl and it peels and flakes. And then the shoe doesn't look good. It's rough on your feet and you hate it. And you bring it in, want us to reline them, we can't. So you run into that. And then you have a good woman's shoe, cloth lining, which is what you want. And these came in to have the re-wrapping of the heels. So we put new heels on them, re-wrapped them, and those are going to last the lady another couple, 2, 3, 4 years before we got to do anything at like $75, $80.
And these are middle of the road right here.
Yeah, this is a nice middle of the road boot for a lady. This is a nice middle of the road shoe for a gentleman. Kohans.
Okay.
There's some other companies out there that make some decent shoes. In Rochester, a rubber sole for the wintertime is not a bad thing to do.
Okay.
Because it doesn't wear. Leather gets wet, it's a skin. It's just like we are. So when you get leather wet and walk on concrete and asphalt, it's sandpaper.
Not good.
It eats it up. But it breathes. It gives you good support. These good shoes are made with real good shanks. They're made for good support, and they last. Now, these are probably 15 years old, 20 years old. This pair here, I know the gentleman, and they're in the 8-year-old range. They've been resold twice.
So
This is the third time I'm resoling these for this guy.
Someone's going to think, I don't want to pay $500, $400 for a pair of shoe, but you're going to get so much more bang out of your buck. You pay the $500 once, you come to you every couple of years, you repair them, and you get, you said 20 years out of them?
Oh, yeah. Say I get you 10 years out of a pair that cost you $500. Would they cost you a year? $50. So it's a $50 pair of shoes that don't do you any good in a pair of shoes that do you good, but you got to have them repaired. It's like putting tires on your car.
Yeah.
You don't spend $100,000 on a Corvette and tear the tires up in a year and not put new tires on your Corvette. You rebuild your shoes. Good shoes will last, and we will make them last forever.
And it's important because, depending on how much you're on your feet, right? And a lot of people are going to be on their feet a lot. But when it comes to these less expensive shoes, we'll say, will you ever turn someone away if they come in here with a pair of $10 shoes and they say, Michael, help me out with these soles?
Depends on the shoe.
Okay.
If they paid $10, like I showed you that pair of Stuart Weitzman boots that she paid $13 for.
Yeah, she got a steal.
Those were $300 retail. They had a fillet on the side of the leather, and she bought them at TJ Maxx for $13.
Yeah.
That's a deal and a half. But if you buy that shoe at $13 and wear it out and throw it out, that deal did not do you any good.
Okay.
You got to take that $300 that you would have spent and make it last. And if it lasts, now you're a good consumer and you're putting money back in your pocket.
If you could describe a cobbler in one word, just one,
Tinkerer.
what would you
A
say?
tinkerer.
Tinkerer?
Yeah, we tinker. We can take stuff apart and put it back together with your mind. That's what I want with a young man that wants to learn the business. I'm going to hand him a puzzle and say, I want to take it apart and put it back together.
I was going to say problem solver. You guys solve all kinds of problems.
You got to be able to look at a shoe, know what's wrong with it, and what you're going to entail and to fix it so that you don't go negative on your labor. Labor is the big thing now. It's not materials.
Come have your problem solved here at Cobbler's Corner or Tinkerer here. They're going to fix it all. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. We got one more hit. We'll check back in with you guys at about 8:40.
All right, awesome, Chris. Thank you very much.
Hey, don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's time for this morning's weather trivia.
Yeah, Mark McLean will join us when we come back. Welcome back. Meteorologist Mark McLean is joining us now. We're going to see the sunshine out there here or there.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see that this afternoon, melt down some of the snow and ice that we have outside. And there's some folks that would probably like a little more of that snow melted down.
Yeah.
Did you see yesterday some of the final totals?
Yes.
It's pretty incredible. But I guess that's where we'll start for weather trivia today. And who is the biggest winner / loser, I guess, with that storm that just moved through? So the Mid-Atlantic and New England experienced blizzard conditions the last few days. Which city or town had the greatest snow amount after it was all over? Was it Boston, Dighton, Providence, or Dover in Delaware? And there was many cities and towns with more than 30 inches of snow from that storm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
so many of those places aren't able to deal with it.
No.
They, don't typically see that.
When you see the plows go on the front of the garbage trucks,
That's it.
I mean, that's it, right? I mean, we're down to the last line of defense here, right? So we'll have that answer coming up on ARC here at 9 o'clock. Feel free to take a stab at that on Facebook as well. It's up right now. I didn't want to show that one just yet. That was supposed to be for the next oh boy. But anyway, back here at home, 104.9 for Rochester this season, the average 77. So this has been a, quote, hearty winter for the winter lover out there. Last year was actually above pace until the end of the season. We kind of got a break last year. You might remember that at the end of the season after a pretty bitter January and February last year. March gave up winter for us. And it looks like March has maybe some similar ideas this year. I don't want you to get too excited just yet, but there are some signs of a little warm up for the first half of March. But how it feels right now, yeah, it was back to this. Shoveling last night, it was only, 2 or 3 inches. But, go outside, it's 22 degrees. I'm out shoveling. It didn't feel cold. You just start to get numb to it, I guess. I was out there. I was like, this is really not that bad. -7 in Warsaw, -8 in Cohocton right now with that wind chill. And we're kind of snowed in on the Wham Cam. 15, the Viz at the airport is at 2 miles. But if you're west of Rochester at this point, seeing that visibility out towards Batavia, actually down to 3/4 of a mile. Look at that little band of lake snow that's kind of hugging in from Lockport back to Batavia and stretching east out towards Leroy there into parts of northern Livingston County. So just keep that in mind. That conditions will vary from place to place and time to time. And later tonight, if you have to travel, this is not a huge storm system. This is what we call a clipper in weather, and that's an old sailing term, an old sailing ship that used to be able to travel very fast. So these systems will actually go from the west coast of Canada to the east coast of the U.S. in about 24 hours. And this one is making a quick move. You can see it's up by Lake Superior, but it's already going to be snowing before you go to bed tonight. It's in a real hurry to move through town here. Here's some of that snow by 8, 9 o'clock west of Rochester. By midnight, it's area-wide snow as that system moves on through. So we'll have to watch this for the commute tomorrow morning. This does not look like a lot of snow for the area, but sometimes that ill-timed snow can snarl things up just a little bit for your commute times. We'll have to watch that for you on Good Day Rochester tomorrow morning. But future snow amounts, not particularly great for today. There's some of that snow that moves through tonight through tomorrow morning. An inch or 2 near Rochester, could be up to 3. For areas southwest into Wyoming County. There is actually a winter weather advisory in effect for Wyoming County for that snow. It may end up being in that 3 to 6 inch range, well southwest of Rochester, a little help off of Lake Erie down that way. But the planner for today, it's back to what we've experienced for much of this winter. Just that bitter cold, 16 degrees. The wind chill is going to be, hanging out near 0 for a lot of today. 18 degrees tonight, so it's not going to be as harsh. That light snow, an inch or 2 for most of us, slightly more southwest of Rochester. And the 7-day forecast has colder temps on Thursday, a little bit of sunshine there for Friday, and warmer into the weekend at 43 for Saturday. It does turn colder early next week before we start to see another little warm up on the way. We'll have to watch Monday. Some changes could be in the offing for Monday. There is a system that's going to be crashing into this big area of Arctic high pressure. Sometimes we get a little overrunning if that happens. Right now it looks like it's cold enough that we'll probably just stay as plain old snow. But if things change a little bit, that system could produce a variety of precipitation types.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds troublesome.
Yeah, maybe.
Right there.
We'll see. It's still 7 days away, but something to watch.
Okay, and for tomorrow morning, you were talking during the commercial break.
Yeah.
People maybe just want to plan for a little extra time.
Yeah, it's deep into the season. We've heard of the salt woes that a lot of municipalities are having. So, even an inch or 2, 3 inches of snow can slow things down if it falls at the wrong time. It looks like a lot of that's going to be done probably pre-dawn, so that may help us out a little bit. But, your secondary roads are certainly going to be snow covered tomorrow morning.
Good to know. We've
Yep.
got the snow brush handy.
Yep.
And the shovel.
And the 13 Wham Weather Authority ice scraper, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We have some of those.
They're great.
Coming to a town near you.
Excellent. All right,
Yeah.
Mark, thank
Yep.
you. Hey, much more to get to coming up on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this. Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. We want to look ahead to tonight when President Donald Trump will stand before Congress and deliver the annual State of the Union address.
For more on tonight's address and what could be highlighted, we're joined by Nazareth University political science professor Tim Kneeland. Tim, great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to see you. All right. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's get into it. So many topics that President Trump could touch on. I have like 8 of them listed here. The big, beautiful bill, tariffs, immigration enforcement, SNAP benefits, lowering drug prices. I mean, the list is probably 20 long. For you, in your experience, what are probably the top 3 that President Trump will be talking about tonight at 9 o'clock?
You know, he needs to make the persuasive case that he's lowering energy costs, that inflation is going down, that manufacturing is returning to the United States, and that his economic plan is unfolding despite those treacherous Supreme Court justices. And so that's really going to, I think, be the highlight. But as you mentioned, you went down that list, he has already warned us this is going to be a long speech. And this is a man who likes to talk. So get your popcorn ready because this could be a long evening.
I was doing some reading earlier, and sorry to cut you off there, Steph. In 2020, President Trump spoke to Congress for an hour and 40 minutes, if I'm remembering correctly. And then that was record-breaking back then. I think before that, it was Bill Clinton who spoke for just under an hour and a half. Am I remembering that right?
You've got that correct, exactly. Again, once you get Donald Trump going, getting him to stop, because he sees these not as these formal, constitutional, effective speeches. He sees this as political theater. He likes to think of it more as a rally. He's going to have guests in the audience to sell his ideas about immigration and his policies on protecting us against unauthorized immigrants who commit crimes and these kind of things. He loves this. And so, yes, he's going to give us a real a long speech tonight. So just, see what kind of political theater emerges as the Democrats respond. And, he calls people out in the audience and may, in fact, put the Supreme Court in an uneasy position. They're sitting right in front of him at these speeches. And will he call them out? Will he, harangue them? Will they show up? These are great questions.
I'm also really curious to know the response from lawmakers. Right now, we're going through the partial government shutdown with the Department of Homeland Security, TSA agents, one of the people that are impacted by this right now. Do you think that President Trump will take that time, that moment to make a statement about that and maybe convince lawmakers to act?
I think, again, he's going to draw this back to immigration policies. He's already invited the angels. These are families of people who were the victims of crimes committed by people who didn't have the correct documents to be in the U.S. He's going to probably tie them to his immigration policies and the fact that we need to have Homeland Security fully funded for a number of reasons, including the TSA, FEMA, and some other elements. But I really think he's then going to try to put the Democrats on the hot seat for this because they're the ones that have shut the government down over the tactics used across the U.S. And of course, most Americans disagree with the tactics, as recent polls have shown. And even President Trump has said he might need to take a softer touch. And they have sort of drawn down from Minneapolis after these incidents. But he's also not one to apologize. So I suspect that he'll probably attack rather than apologize for the conduct of his immigration ICE officers.
We know that the midterms are coming up pretty quick here. Do you think that there's a lot of pressure being felt there by President Trump and by Republicans as we get ready for the midterms?
Yeah, absolutely. This is usually a good place to find out, to market test your ideas and see how they land. So I suspect that we'll hear snippets of this speech on social media in the days ahead. And also then these could become part and parcel of the campaign after the summer as we go into the midterm. So yes, the speech is important for political reasons, maybe less for the kind of ceremonial role it played in days past, but it certainly is an important speech.
I'm really interested to know your thoughts about the choice for the Democratic response. Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger. There's a lot that's been happening, I know, specifically with an Arizona senator, for example, in terms of responding to lawmakers who have said that you should be able to push back to the people that are part of the military. If they didn't agree with an order or think that it was lawful, they should push back. And now you have someone who has this background to deliver this response. What do you make of that?
I think it was strategically very important. This, Spangler is a moderate Democrat who won in a kind of purplish state, has a background in the CIA, has some, credentials that make this speech probably a little more formidable than if it was a member of the House or Senate. It also frames up then what the Democrats are thinking going ahead to the midterms. They're certainly going to castigate Trump for the economy. They're going to blame him for his use of the military, National Guard, the ICE enforcement. That is, they're going to go down the list, but they're going to have it delivered from someone who comes from that background and therefore, again, has a little more gravitas than it would be from an elected official who's never served.
Professor Timothy Kneeland, thanks so much for your time today. We do greatly appreciate it. Again, President Trump set to address Congress and other notable leaders in Washington, D.C. We will be streaming that live, of course, for you at home. Any other big things you think people need to be aware of as they plan to watch tonight at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, no, I absolutely, again, I think one of the things that I always suggest you do is watch the sort of pregame as people are coming in. What are they wearing? What are the way they're symbolizing their response to Trump in support or defiance? As we know, Nancy Pelosi was the Speaker of the House back when Trump delivered his State of the Union in his first term, and she ripped up the speech theoretically. This is an important moment, though, because it does show how other politicians are reacting to this. So do watch carefully and try to decode what the behavior means.
All right. Thank you so much, Professor Kneeland. Always a pleasure.
Good talking to you.
Don't go anywhere. We still have much more to get to here on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're going to check in again with Chris Lopez. They're putting him to work this morning. One local business celebrating a milestone anniversary.
And take us with you. You can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube page and foxrochester.com. We are back after this.
Welcome back. In a world where it's often easier to click buy now on a pair of shoes than to give the old favorites a little TLC, the art of repair is still very much alive.
Cobbler's Corner has been answering that call for a full century, keeping soles sturdy, zippers moving, and local footwear walking a little farther. This morning, Chris Lopez is live in Henrietta, learning what it really takes to master the craft. Hey, Chris, what have you learned?
It takes a lot. It definitely takes a lot, especially when you're working on shoes that are going to be on display for all of Rochester. Michael has to finish these shoes by noon, so at the end of this segment, that's what he's going to get to be working on. These are the shoes from Wicked. I think I got this right, Elphaba. If I got that wrong, I am sorry to all of the Wicked fans out there. I think she's the main witch. I haven't seen the show, Broadway, or the movie, so I'll have to catch that a little bit later. But these are some pretty spectacular shoes that he does have to work on. And it's pretty awesome that the show Wicked trusts Michael to work on their shoes because they're going to be on display in front of a lot of people. This business, though, started 100 years ago with a man over there in the black and white. That is your grandfather, I believe?
Yep, Charlie.
Charlie. And do you know how he got started on this?
Him and my grandmother worked for Yacket, the shoe factory here in Rochester. They made baby shoes. That's where they met. Then they got married, and then my grandfather, after fighting with the unions and everything for all the workers with the Yacket family, he got sick of it, and he said, I'm going to open my own business.
You know, and that's where it started.
Right.
You guys have been in, correct me if I'm wrong, 3 or 4 different places?
4
different
Well, we
places.
started in Thurston Road, then we went to Southtown till 2003 or 2002, and we went across the street by China Buffet, and then from there we went down to a gray house down the street, and then we're here, and this is the last location.
And that Southtown Plaza picture right there.
Yes.
Who is that from left to right?
From left to right's my father, my son, me, and all the way in the corner's my daughter.
And when it comes to this business, has much changed at all since you started, or since you maybe watched your father work on shoes?
Yes, it has changed a lot.
What about it has changed?
The materials, the quality of the shoes that you work on, and the people.
Yeah, always the people changing, never the industry.
Yeah, they throw a curveball at you once in a while. You know, we have modifications. We do short leg elevations on shoes. We do other mods to make them work. We've modified shoes because people just can't walk. I've got a couple that I've added 2 inches, 2+ for people. Then that helps them out walk. You change the gait and everything.
Did you learn something specific from your grandfather? Anything that you take with you today?
Everything.
Everything.
Except for some of the orthopedic work we did. I went to Ball State University for orthopedics, and then came back after 2 weeks and started doing more orthopedic work. But that's something you really, it becomes a passion because you're helping people.
Okay.
And when you can really help a person. I had a girl had a stroke. She was 36, 38 years old. She had a stroke. The only way she could walk semi-normal was to have a leg weight on her ankle, an ankle weight. We took the shoe, took the heel apart, and added a pound of lead shot, and now she can walk in those boots normal.
How does that make you feel to know that you're helping people like that?
And you get to think outside the box.
Yeah.
It helps you keep your mind active and everything. And this is something that I like because I never do the same thing over and over.
That's what I was saying at the very beginning. Even though the ultimate goal is to fix the shoe, make the shoe better, it doesn't seem like every day is the same at all. You guys are doing so much work here.
Yeah, between the customers, the work getting it done, and just getting everything back on the person's foot so that they can wear it.
And why do you think cobblers are important? My last question.
Oh, we need them. We need cobblers. We need services. The problem is that young people don't want to use their hands sometimes, and I have found a few.
Okay.
And they're learning.
That's awesome. Support your local cobbler. There isn't much. There's only about 5 in all of Monroe County. Michael, you got to get started on these shoes here. I've been holding you up for a few hours. They got to be done by noon, but he's a quick worker. He says they could be done in about 15 minutes. So I'm going to let him get started on those. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio for now. We're going to have all of these segments up on our website on Fox Rochester and 13 Wham. Check this place out. Hours 8 o'clock to 7 o'clock.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, 8 to 1.
Get your shoes repaired. Back to you in studio.
Excellent. We should have given Chris ours before he left this morning.
I know.
Seriously,
Next
I could have
time.
used some help. Thanks, Chris.
When ARC Rochester returns, we're taking a closer look at the Greece Police Department's drone program.
Yeah, we have Crime Stoppers coming up after the break.
.51, it's time for Crime Stoppers, and today we're getting a look at how technology is changing the way crimes are solved.
This morning, we're learning more about the Greece Police Department's drone program and how it's helping officers respond faster, gather critical evidence, and keep our community safe. Joining us now, we have Sergeant David Murphy and Detective Aaron Wild. Good morning to the both of you. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning.
For somebody who's unfamiliar, give us the rundown of what the drone program actually is. I know it sounds pretty self-explanatory, but, a quick overview if you don't mind.
Yeah, we have a group of individuals, members from the department, who are licensed to fly drones. We have a certain amount of drones that we use when we respond to calls to try and find offenders that flee or missing persons in need, just to give us a better way to help find people.
And is the drone technology equipped with anything specifically? I'm thinking about missing persons cases to help to find those individuals.
Yeah, so we have a variety of different drones, and each one has their own little place for a different task. But we actually have several that have the night vision or the thermal capability, and those are used obviously during the nighttime patrols, and then also during the daytime to just detect missing people or potential suspects that flee from incident.
How do you make the decision when to use the drones? So, is it anytime there's a missing persons case, anytime, you have somebody who you believe to be a criminal on the run? At what point do you say, all right, we better get this thing up in the air?
Time is definitely a factor. If someone has had the ability to kind of move out of our perimeter, they've had a while before we're able to actually respond. Maybe we'll try and find other options. The drone might not be as useful. But if it's within a certain amount of time that we actually have the ability to show up, set up a good perimeter, we have an idea that somebody is in a neighborhood, we'll definitely utilize the drone then.
And how have you noticed since the drone program has been introduced that it's been able to help more with solving some crimes?
So we actually shifted more to a patrol-led drone program, which is where we're actually putting a smaller mid-sized drone in a patrol vehicle. So as opposed to retrieving particular equipment from the station or having somebody respond to the scene, we actually have multiple drones and multiple pilots that are actually with them every day, having a drone out there on patrol so that they can equip it and obviously deploy it in a quicker manner, which obviously helps our response time and helps us find people quicker.
Are all officers trained in using the drone?
No, they are not. They're trained to be visual observers. So if we have the drone pilot who is licensed that is flying it, then we will also try and get other people involved so that they can spot where the drone is to prevent any potential crashes or flying into wires, anything like that. So we try to get people involved so they have a working knowledge of how the drone works and when's a good time to use it. But right now, not everybody. We've increased over the last couple of years. So far, we currently have about 20 members, hoping to get them all licensed. Right now, we have around 12 licensed members, and that's been going on over the last 2 to 3 years.
What does that process look like? How long does it take? How often are classes, for example, to get trained?
So the first thing is, ironically, you actually have to go through the FAA to actually get certified with a license. And that involves testing and obviously course material and stuff like that. And then after you obtain that unmanned license through the FAA, then you ultimately go through in-house training, and we use a few other resources for training to become familiar with the equipment.
Looking ahead to the future, what other ways will you be able to use these drones and the new technology that comes with it?
Yeah, there's definitely some different avenues that we can look towards. I've seen the potential of having hubs on buildings to make a quicker response time in certain zones. That's something that we're looking into. That might be a couple years down the line. It all depends. It all depends on how the technology actually advances. Right now, the patrol lead is good for us. It works because we're able to have the drone with our officers, so we're showing up to the calls way quicker than we used to with the truck and having to go back and get it and then potentially driving 15 minutes to a scene. So it'll depend on how the technology advances.
And Detective, was there anything that you wanted to add as well?
No, I think we'll continue to bolster the patrol lead and continue to add equipment and add members to have that. But then, as the sergeant was saying, ultimately, in the future, we could even see a drone deploying on its own remotely with a remote operator from potentially the Grease Ridge Mall or something like that, where kind of our main hub of activity for people are.
Fantastic. Thank you both so much for coming in today. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll post this segment for you over on foxrochester.com.
Hey, stick around. We still have so much more to come on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We'll be right back. morning, February 24th. Thank you for sticking with us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. That is meteorologist Mark McLean back with us again for another check of the forecast and, of course, weather trivia.
Yeah, weather trivia. You remember how much snow fell in the along the East Coast, out through New England, parts of the Mid-Atlantic? This was a bruiser. I mean, we've had some big storms in western New York, but this one takes the cake. For the state of Rhode Island. Check this out. Here's the selections that you could have today. Was it Boston with the most snow after this storm moved through? Was it Providence, Dover? There's a whole bunch of little towns too that just got. And did you know that there's a Rochester, Massachusetts?
Yes,
No.
I did.
You did?
Yeah,
I didn't
only
know
knew
that.
about the Minnesota.
I know about Minnesota,
Yeah.
Rochester, Michigan, but I did not know that there was also one in Massachusetts. Everybody's going C on this. I wonder why everybody's picking C.
Everybody's like,
You know,
oh my goodness.
Why do you think that?
Well, could be because you showed
so.
it.
Okay, wait a second. Wait, Patty and Yvonne didn't see it. Probably A, E, and B. Yep. Everybody else is on team C.
Oh my goodness.
Sue's got D. Sue's husband C. Lisa and her dad C. Cheryl, Dave C. Richard, Eve A. Guess what?
That's the answer. Yeah. I was going to guess that.
It's all right.
Okay. But, if you're going to reach for new highs, or in the view of some, new lows, you would want to have 37.9 inches of snow. How about that?
Oof.
Not only did that break the Providence record, that broke the all-time state record for Rhode Island for a single snow event. Unbelievable stuff. And this storm also had tremendous wind. Nantucket in Mass, right along the coast, recorded a wind gust to 83 miles per hour. Can you imagine snowfall coming down at the rate of 2 inches an hour with 83 mile per hour winds?
No.
Wild.
That's some wild stuff. So that's the one, the blizzard of 26, when we go back through time, is going to be one that many New Englanders talk about for sure. There's some of the big amounts there that I gave away last hour.
I mean, they went so fast.
I know. I skipped through it quick. But look at Boston. That's the National Weather Service number for Beantown, 31.8 inches. Central islip. You get out on the island. I had a photo come in from a gentleman out on the east end of the island. They had 36 inches of snow in a small town there towards the end. Foxborough, we all know Foxborough very well, as the Bills visit there at least once a year, more than 2 feet of snow. Ocean City, 14 and a half. Even Philadelphia coming in with 14 inches of snow. You know who's got four-wheel drive?
It's got to be Chloe.
Got to be Chloe. Chloe doesn't. Look at that coat. At Chloe's eyes, you get up close to that TV screen, the eyes, almost like a human look. It's really cool. I think we're going to be okay today. Tomorrow's going to be a little interesting. We'll call it wet pause / towel time because of that snow that comes through during the morning. Just keep that in mind. And, I don't really see any issues beyond that. Thursday, Friday, Saturday looks fairly quiet. The end of the weekend we'll have to watch as we get a little bit closer towards Sunday night and Monday, a system then maybe moving on through. But visibility holding at 7. 15-degree temperature, and single-digit wind chills out there. That's the experience for all of us today. Batavia just can't escape this. It's like a 5-mile wide band of snow, but it's picked them off to the west to just sit over there. This is the kind of thing that could easily drop a half inch to an inch an hour if it doesn't start moving it around. But we think it's going to fade away pretty quickly here over the course of the morning. But if you have to travel out towards Batavia, just keep that in mind on 90 off to the west there. It could be a little slow. Some of those exits out towards, 48, I think is, you start to get into that range out towards Buffalo area. Now, this is going to be later tonight, this system that's up over Lake Superior right now. It's in a hurry to get here, and it's going to arrive late this evening and overnight while you're sleeping. So you go to bed and you say, hey, it was nice to see some sun this afternoon, right? To melted down things a little bit on some of the sidewalks and parking lots. And then, you wake up tomorrow morning and you're like, oh, here we go again. A couple inches of snow out on the car. This is a clipper system, so this is a very fast-moving weather system. But the snow could be briefly moderate overnight tonight if you're out and about between about midnight and 4 a.m., as many of us on this side are. Just give yourself a little bit extra time to travel around. Roads will likely be snow covered during the overnight tonight as that snow moves on through. And then later Wednesday into Thursday, that cold front gives us some colder temperatures during that period. But future snow amounts, not memorable, not great. An inch or two in Rochester through midday tomorrow. We've done that 20 times already this winter, right? To the southwest, watch